It's a shame, let's talk to this guy then.
Life doesn't need to be a struggle.
He covers his mouth to hide a burp.
I'll be with you in a moment, officer. Let me just finish my sandwich. Talk to Angry Hard René first.
Sure thing, Gaston.
Yes?
Oh. My bad. Accidentally clicked the wrong one.
Have you no shame? Whining about your back every time you bring out the measuring tape.
René, you're a man with a fork in a world of soup. Please, let's just try to enjoy the game, alright?
Yeah, this one's still chewing on the sandwich.
Trying to, but you keep breaking my concentration. You're old. I can see that. We're both old. Now stop grabbing your ass like it's a girl.
These manly men are playing balls. This is a ball game. Grab a ball and play it. Don't ask questions. Shoot first. Ask questions never.
I assume it's something like bocce or something. Shouldn't I ask what the game is first?
No, you got this. There's the ball. You're the game.
Well, let's do it then.
You are immediately surprised by the ball's lack of weight. No matter, you'll make it work.
Feel the ball.
Gold metal ball is surprisingly smooth against your neck. It has a pattern on it. Probably a sponsored ball. Yours would only be covered with bumps of learning and scars of victory. Already your muscles are adjusting to the weight, the nervous system calibrated, until you and the ball have merged into a single entity. The man ball is ready.
Let's take in the
A
surroundings.
chilly breeze ruffles your hair as you stand there, feet firmly planted. All sounds, smells, even the wind, everything fades until the only thing left is the union of man and ball.
There is time for a last glance inward. Who am I?
An embodiment of pure motion, a fine-tuned locomotor running at maximum efficiency.
The inertia can be contained no more than a bullet leaving a gun. Let go. Be the bullet. Alright.
Merde! Bordel de merde!
A whorehouse of shit? It wasn't whorehouse of shit. The shot was at least 23 meters, probably 24, and then some. Nothing to be embarrassed about.
Well, that's nice to hear.
What the hell is your problem?
Not a weak right triceps, that's for sure. Problem, I don't understand.
I don't care if you are a cop. You do not just ruin someone's game. It's so goddamn disrespectful. You vandalized our game, son. We can't play pétanque with 5 bull.
Oh, pétanque, I understand.
No, you don't. Our pétanque game is ruined. We want our bull back.
Oh no.
Take it easy, René. This is just a misunderstanding, isn't it, officer? No harm done.
Of course there's harm done, you orange slug. You owe us a goddamn bull.
Sure, why not? Okay, I will try to fix this.
Good. Mistakes are forgiven when men at least try to right their wrongs. I believe you will try. Now, why did you approach us?
Yes, why did you come here? It's unlikely they know anything about the murder. You never know. He might know something. This is a good vantage point.
Do you know anything about the man hanged in the backyard of Whirling in Rags? You seem to be playing in a crater. I saw the statue of Philippe III near the roundabout. What did it say last time? Start with the softballs and then with the whole murder thing? Let's ask that.
Ah, yes. King Philip III on his steed. A reminder of what Revachol once was.
Oh, absolutely. At the mercy of a cocaine-snorting tyrant who emptied the treasury so he could sleep on a bed of gold.
A superpower, feared and respected. A testament to what this country can be under the leadership of a true king. Someone who knows how to rule.
How should a true king rule?
Decisively, without fear of offending the sensibilities of the frail and weak-minded among his subjects.
Seems
This is
to me...
something the insurgents never understood.
Seems to me a leader should take care of his people before himself. Powerful leaders not afraid to do what must be done. That's what this country needs. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Yeah, let's say that.
Is only as strong as its leader. That's why it was such madness to try to...
Don't get started on that again. What happened, happened.
There's some weariness in his voice now. He's heard this rant many times before.
The Carabinier doesn't reply, but his entire being communicates unbreakable resolve.
What was that about cocaine?
Oh, old Philip was a big fan of the purple nose candy the nobility loved so much. A cocaine connoisseur of sorts. His egocentricity is borderline legendary.
You can't even take the responsibility for yourself. How could you fathom the responsibility weighing on the shoulders of a ruler?
He asks, obviously annoyed.
That's why the Philippian kings use cocaine. For clarity of vision. To aid in their work. Regnum cocainum. Revachol's finest years.
He seems to grow taller, brimming with pride about the past.
Of course. Clarity of vision. Awareness.
Philip III was even brought into this world with the help of cocaine. The court medic administered a dose to his mother when she was in labor. And it is well known that with the help of cocaine, only the purest, of course, he was able to connect with higher realms.
Okay, I'm
He's
sure
just
about that.
making excuses for the king's habits, isn't he?
Such responsibility requires a boost every now and then. I sometimes need one too. Seems like irresponsible behavior for a monarch. Drug users shouldn't even operate heavy machinery, much less rule countries. Thanks for clearing that up. Yeah, let's just stop the tangent.
I'm listening.
Let's talk
Right.
about something else. You seem to be playing in a crater.
Yes. The terrain here provides an interesting variety to a familiar game.
Do you know what created
I
it?
do. Fire from heavy artillery.
Okay, it's a crater left by artillery fire, but why?
By what?
Why was heavy artillery used?
Because that's what happens when communists hijack your country, execute your supreme leadership, and turn your capital into a slaughterhouse. You use heavy ordnance to clean up your home.
Did you use artillery fire against them?
Sadly, no. It was the foreigners who brought them to their knees. We fought valiantly. Too valiantly. So valiantly we got licked.
He adds, squeezing a bull in his fist.
Should have fought dirty, like they did with their suicide sex cult propaganda and mad anarchist women strapped to shrapnel bombs. We didn't though, and we lacked caliber. God bless him, but the suzerain's cannons simply weren't big enough.
It was probably a bit more complicated than that.
Why shell them here in Martinez? They should have chosen a place away from people and buildings.
Because this place is a damn beachhead. Had to soften the commies up first.
The beachhead?
Yes. The military coordinated amphibious landing to take back Revachol. Martinez was used as one of the 3 footholds in Revachol during Operation Deathblow in 08. The other 2 are off in Stella Maris and the Delta.
Yeah, let's not thoughtfully.
This here is Blood Ground, where Coalition boots first made landfall and cleaned those rabid dogs out. Most likely, we're playing pétanque on their mangled corpses.
Blood ground. You got old René going there. Like he isn't hungry enough already.
That explains all the war
Right,
damage.
son. They laid the fire of hell on the city before they stormed it. And it worked, too.
There's a strange gleam in his eyes.
The rest of the city got cleaned up, but Martinez they keep as a monument. And now the Union Socialists are practically running the place.
Well, it's your own damn fault. You, we, the Coalition, Revachol, whoever you want to blame, never finished the job. Officially, the party never surrendered. Of course they still hold influence.
You don't even begin to truly understand the players on the table, let alone the specific circumstances surrounding the... What do you think?
Thinking men have opinions on these things. Present one.
That's how it should be. Soft socialists paving the way for the hard working class to take power. Foreign powers cleaned up our mess and now they rule us. This coalition seems quite capable actually. Commies just don't understand how money works. Nothing, I don't think. I just do. What do we choose here? I'm just gonna do that. I don't really care.
Sorry, it had to be the Coalition. After 8 years of fighting those hyenas, boiling cats for food and drinking piss in the mountains, I would have preferred if the Right Honorable King Guillaume returned through Revachol, or even if that damn clan Frissel had risen from the grave and led us. Sadly, that was not the case. Instead, all that is just, holy, and beautiful in the world was wiped away, and now it's neon signs with toothpaste ads everywhere. Foreign influence peddling garbage and stupid music on the radio. This is just what the commies wanted. This was their plan all along. This is what they wanted to replace the role of the suzerain with.
Okay, let's ask how Philippe factored into this.
It doesn't. That was 100 years ago. It got nothing to do with anything.
Who was Frissel?
Damn Frissel. He was the king we couldn't protect. The Carabineers failed him, and the crown. He died in the hands of the Hyperlay, in a very public execution.
He slouches as he says that. It makes him smaller, admitting they left the king to the mob.
You mentioned Guillaume.
A true king in both blood and mind led Revachol before Frissel. He would have been better, but the damn commies drove him into exile.
Some manner of self-deceit is present in his thinking. Sounds like this Guillaume abandoned him, and he doesn't want to admit it.
What exactly is a suzerain?
The suzerain is the king. Has everyone forgotten already? They've forgotten already. It's no use talking to you. You were still in Daddy's balls when it happened. When we took our last stand against the filth and rode the cavalry straight into gunfire.
Okay, now let's... What's that? Oh... I'm not gonna do that now. Do you know anything about the man hanged in the backyard of the Whirling in Rags?
Unfortunately, I don't. Unlike most of the locals, I have no qualms about assisting law enforcement. But this affair has passed me by completely.
And most of the locals?
In Martinez, the Union is the law. So can you really blame them?
But you don't have a problem with cops.
Cop is a pejorative term. I don't have a problem with policemen. On the contrary, I admire the effort to bring order to our streets.
He doesn't know about the crime. Your time is better spent discussing politics.
But do I really want to discuss politics with that guy forever? Fine, let's ask him about that.
I'm confident they are indispensable in regard to all the paperwork and other administrative duties.
There are no duties RCM women couldn't carry out.
But you must agree that nature, in her infinite wisdom, has made men more fit to perform certain, more challenging tasks. Don't you, officer?
Nah.
Really, officer. Match an average woman against an average man in a dark alley and see who comes out on top.
This type of person is very common on the internet, aren't they?
Gender equality is a very noble, very modern idea. But in real life, primal roles prevail. But I do not wish to discuss this matter further.
Yes, same. I don't really want to talk to this guy about that. Thank you for your time. That was a whole lot of talk, and sadly didn't really get us anywhere, but that's okay. The damage looks like it could have been caused by an earthquake. Okay, before we go up there, let's see what this yellow point was here. Oh, do we have to go a very long way around? Yes. Yes, it does seem so. Alright, let's go down there first and then we explore upstairs. And yeah. Whoop. You hear the distant squall of seabirds. Okay. A splatter of bullet holes lines the wall. Okay, before I click that and wander upstairs again, I'm just gonna look around here. Anything of note? Doesn't seem like it. Ooh, a bag. Sure. That was the wrong button, my bad. So what does... Collect tear from the street. Sure, let's hold it. Why not? Can't really hurt. Nothing I can't do. I'm the job for every man. Yes. Yes, you sure are. The ad reads, broken window, tips as windows. 2 roundabout north. 2 Cape Side apartments, I guess. Martinez Pier. Okay. This coin-operated viewer has been banged up inoperable. That is unfortunate. What does this kid have to say?
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open.
A young girl with chubby red cheeks waves at you smiling. Her nose is also red from the cold. Hello.
Are you interested in a new and exciting book?
She stomps her feet to feel warmer. What kind of store is this anyway? It is okay. Is it okay if I ask you some questions?
Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books.
What is your
My
name?
name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store. She's inside minding the register or organising the stock.
The girl gazes at the window, then suddenly jolts her eyes wide as if recalling something.
Feel free to step in and browse our wares.
And you're standing out here in the cold because?
I'm signalling that the store is open. Otherwise people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance and biographies of famous people.
I should have a word with the store owner maybe. Such a good trooper you are, already learning the value of hard work. I could help by brutally dismantling the free market. Sounds fun, but let's just do this.
No, sir. I'm happy to help Mum by luring in customers. Besides, I have some hot juice in my vacuum bottle to keep warm.
Alright, shouldn't you be at school or
I do
something?
my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running.
Isn't going to school more important than this?
Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mum says a proper worker is dutiful. That's how you get ahead in life. You succeed.
There is stress and unease behind these words. She's reciting etiquette.
Well, how's the
Mum
business
says
going?
it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being cursed.
Cursed? In what way?
Cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir.
Ah.
That they all go,
Yeah, that reminds me of this one building that like 5 restaurants were in the span of, I think, 7 years or something, until it completely fell to ruin and got torn down. Some places, I don't know what it is about them, but sometimes all businesses fail there. Ass up.
I wouldn't really say it like that, but I guess so.
I don't think curses are real.
They shouldn't be, but they seem real. Anyhow, they say that these grounds are doomed for businesses.
It's just regular trading and selling of things, child. It doesn't work out for most people. They're not doomed, but your mother should learn from their mistakes. Sure.
Of course, sir.
She doesn't know what else to say. What is this crime business?
Fiction is about murders or burglaries or things like that, and the work of a policeman or a private detective who's trying to solve a crime and catch the criminals.
Why would anyone want to read about crime? Wait, not crime fiction. I need to know what crime is. Okay, I get it. Crime, murder gets the people going.
And it's kind of like a puzzle too. You can guess who the criminal is or how the good guys are going to catch him.
I'm a policeman myself, by the way.
You don't look much like a policeman.
She examines you as if to find something policeman-like. Huh. Well, what does a cop look like? Okay, then maybe I'm not a policeman, or should I stop being one? What does a cop look
I
like?
don't mean to offend, sir. Sorry, sir. It's just that you don't look like Dick Mullen.
She points to a book cover on which you see a strapping Vespertine officer. He stands grimly over the body of a dead woman. I used to be exactly like that Mullen guy. Then I decided to live a little. You know, nobody actually looks like that guy in the picture. That's just a stupid fantasy of a man. It's not your body that's important in police work. Anyway, it's your points to your head. Wow, look at that guy. I'll never be as good as Mullen. Yeah, let's say that.
Yes.
No, your mind. Not head, child. Heads.
Flexibility. There are millions of different people out there, and you have to get into their heads. Sometimes you gotta be the killer to catch the killer. A quicksilver mind. This Mullen guy looks like he needs 4 hours just to come up with a single idea.
Isn't that very dangerous?
She examines the picture of Dick Mullen. Policemen live and breathe danger, little girl. Mullen obviously lacks the chameleonic skills.
Unlike you, sir. He's just a fictional character. He's no match for you. Maybe you can show me some real police work, sir. Like in the books.
Let's give it a shot.
The girl keeps her hands folded,
Wonderful.
hidden. Why is that?
Hey, why do you keep your hands
What
folded?
do you mean, sir?
You don't need to be worried. I'm here to help.
She looks around anxiously. Her hands remain folded in front of her. She doesn't want to show them. The lieutenant stands by, looking at the two of you with little interest. She brings out her reddened hands, her nails frayed, nearly chewed down to the flesh.
You bite your
You mean
nails.
this from me keeping my hands folded?
There were a few
Well,
other hints.
That proves nothing. Anyone could do an easy deduction like that.
Her eyes flash with defiance. She's not impressed. Want more? Bet I can figure out why you bite your nails. I got a few reasons in mind. You think so? Fine. Do better. To do something about me. That's gonna be probably soul crushing when she finds out about me, right? Like she's gonna verbally annihilate me if I click that.
She nods, half provocative, half enthusiastic.
You're uptight because your mother and the pressure she's putting on you. Rats have been nibbling on your fingers. Child labor is in dismal working conditions. Chewed on nails means you're recycling your body material. It's an intense dedication to the way of business. There are no riches without personal sacrifice. I mean...
Maybe so, sir. Okay, I know it's a bad habit, and I shouldn't.
I hope this entertained
It
you.
was okay, sir.
She's still got a rebellious streak.
There's more that can be achieved here. Ask her to do the same.
You think so? Fine, do better. Do something about me.
Quite sober.
Okay, that was the thing I least expected.
The lieutenant does not flinch at the comment. He does not flinch even a single bit. He is intensely not flinching. It takes effort.
I'm also sad and my head hurts. And I'm having a grand time. Wait, how do you know I'm usually not?
Because you usually aren't.
And I'm having a grand
I
time.
sure hope you are, sir.
She rubs her red nose.
There she stands, swaying on her feet, assaulted by the early spring breeze. She smiles at you. The whole situation suddenly feels familiar, somehow. There's something you're missing.
Why does this feel familiar? Who are these famous people?
Oh, kings and queens and generals of old, or artists and writers, or musicians, those kinds of people. There's usually something extraordinary about them.
She scratches her cold, reddened cheek, then
I
continues.
think that's why people read them, to find the secrets of their fame.
Seems like most people who read those books fail to get more famous from reading them.
But it does make the famous people more famous.
Fame sounds delicious. Maybe someone will write a book about me one day. Fame is for vain people. I have better things to do. These famous people sound like a bunch of dorks. Why
Why
not?
would they do that, sir? You're not that old. Maybe you'll do something really important. Something that wows the world.
Thanks, girl. You're very
Yes,
kind.
Sir. It's the type of book where there's a rich lady and she has to choose between the good man and the bad man.
She smiles at the thought, perhaps imagining herself in that
Or
situation.
there could be a story about a poor lady getting a rich man. It's about man and lady business, sir.
What about a poor man getting a rich lady?
It happens, but usually the guy gets rich in the process. Or should actually be rich himself, but has lost his family property unjustly, like during the revolution or something.
I see.
Those are unhappy books, for most of the pages. People sad about what they have lost, but then it all turns out just fine in the end.
But what about when both of the men are bad?
These are not very common. You can't have a choice between bad and bad. Nobody wants to read a story like that.
What if it's written really well?
Maybe then it's fine. Maybe if the lady then decides not to pick either, because she doesn't need a bad man. Yes, that would be interesting.
What about when everyone is poor?
That's really not a proper romance story. That's more like everyday life.
Sometimes you have to write about real life things.
Not in romance books, sir. These are about nice and pretty people, and everyone is happy in the end.
What about a book where the man and lady business doesn't work out at all?
I have haven't read many of those. Maybe you should ask Mum.
Yeah, you think she has one about an excruciatingly painful breakup? Maybe I will.
I'm sure she can help out.
That's
Anything
enough.
else you're curious about?
That's enough romance for me. I had other
Maybe
questions.
some about other books?
What could go wrong with this? Let's just see.
You have absolutely no idea. Familiar?
Okay.
How? You must have forgotten something you heard again.
That's okay. That's fine by me to, fail a role like that where there aren't really any terrible consequences. Okay, bye, see you around, Annette. What do we have here? This book has a rose, a pistol, and a half-naked dame on its cover. On the cover stands a very muscular man surrounded by flames. This is a book about pate. This book, you don't really understand what it is about, nor does it seem important. A book about something, it promotes freedom and roaming upstream. I don't know that word. A book about the future. The government reads your mind using radio technology. And let's go inside then.